It looks like I am live. Thank you so much for joining me here. So give me a second while I. Damn. Alrighty, so I am super grateful to be here today. Let me do this right here before my phone dies. But I am here. I'm going to read The Science of Getting Rich, chapter 10, which is where I left off on whatever the last day I was here. But I'm super excited and super grateful just for the opportunity to be before you, bringing this good word, because The Science of Getting Rich is an amazing book. So for those of you that don't know me and that may be stumbling on me on the live, my name is Tammy Morrison, and I am an intuitive healer. I love to help people to shift from where they are stuck to where they can be thriving and they can get into flow. That is what I love. And I also am a spiritual teacher, so I love to talk about all things energy. I follow many different people like Neville Goddard and Florence Scovel Shinn, Abraham Hicks are some of the people. Wayne Dyer is somebody that spoke into my life, I can say, even when he was alive. Even now, since he's gone, I have definitely been learning a lot from his stuff. And also, I also read the Bible. So many different types of information, many different types of things that I can do and that I have done. I'm super grateful. I'm also a three-time published author. So I've published a few books and I'm super excited about that. I'm working on some more. Um, Super grateful. And for my other life, I've been in the medical field for 32 years. So today I want to talk about the science of getting rich. And I want to share just a little bit about how I work with the ladies that I work with and the ladies that are coming into my program, 8 Weeks to Limitless. I am super excited about that program. It is coming up. I will definitely be bringing more details about it. I have a 3-day celebration that I'm doing. It's going to be a healing activation. I'm super excited about that. I do not have the dates of that because I had to switch them because I have a death in my family. So I'm going to have to do something a little different. So again, thank you so much for joining me. All right, so without further ado, I'm going to start reading from The Science of Getting Rich. You know what? I might as well. Let me get on Instagram too. Okay. All right, so this is Tammy Morrison, and I'm coming on here because I'm reading The Science of Getting Rich, Chapter 10. So, Chapter 10 says further use of the will. You cannot retain a true and clear vision of wealth if you are constantly turning your attention to opposing pictures, whether they be external or imaginary. Do not tell of your past troubles of a financial nature if you have had them. Do not think of them at all. Do not tell of the poverty of your parents or the hardship of your early life. To do any of these things is to mentally class yourself with the poor for the time being, and it will certainly check the movement of the things in your direction. Let the dead bury their dead, as Jesus said. Put poverty and all things that pertain to poverty completely behind you. You have accepted a certain theory of the universe as being correct and are resting all your hopes of happiness on its being correct. And what can you gain by giving heed to conflicting theories? Do not read religious books which tell you that the world is soon coming to an end. And do not read the writing of muckrakers and pessimistic philosophers who tell you that you are going to hell or to the devil. The world is not going to the devil. It is going to God. Hi, thank you for joining me on Instagram. It was wonderful becoming. True, there may be a good many things in existing conditions which are disagreeable, but what is the use of studying them when they are certainly passing away, and when the study of them only tends to check their passing and keep them with us? Why give time and attention to things which are being removed by evolutionary growth when you can hasten their removal only by promoting the evolutionary growth as far as your part of it goes? No matter how horrible in seeming may be the conditions in certain countries, sections, or places, you waste your time and destroy your own chances by considering them. You should interest yourself in the world's becoming rich. Think of the riches the world is coming into instead of the poverty it is growing out of. And bear in mind that the only way in which you can assist the world in growing rich is by growing rich yourself through the creative method, not the competitive one. Give your attention wholly to riches. Ignore poverty. Whenever you think or speak of those who are poor, think and speak of them as those who are becoming rich, as those who are to be congratulated rather than pitied. Then they and others will catch the inspiration and begin to search for the way out. Because I say that you are to give your whole time and mind, and it does not follow that you are to be sordid or mean. To become really rich is the noblest aim you can have in life, for it includes everything else. On the competitive plane, the struggle to get rich is a godless scramble for power over other men. But when we come into the creative mind, all this is changed. All that is possible in the way of greatness and soul unfoldment, of service and lofty endeavor, comes by way of getting rich. All is made possible by the use of things. If you lack for physical health, you will find that the attainment of it is conditional on your getting rich. Only those who are emancipated from financial worry and who have the means to live a carefree existence and follow hygienic practices can have and retain health. Moral and spiritual greatness is possible only to those who are above the competitive battle for existence, and only those who are becoming rich on the plane of creative thought are free from the degrading influences of competition. If your heart is set on domestic happiness, remember that love flourishes best where there is refinement, a high level of thought, and freedom from corrupting influences, and these are to be found only where riches are attained by the exercise of creative thought, without strife or rivalry. You can aim at nothing so great or noble, I repeat, as to become rich. You must fix your attention upon your mental picture of riches to the exclusion of all that may tend to dim or obscure the vision. You must learn to see the underlying truth in all things. You must see beneath all seemingly wrong conditions the great one, life ever moving forward toward fuller expression and more complete happiness. It is true that there is no such thing as poverty, that there is only wealth. Some people remain in poverty because they are ignorant of the fact that there is wealth for them, and these can be best taught by showing them the way to affluence in your own person and practice. Others are poor because while they feel that there is a way out, they are too intellectually indolent to put forth the mental effort necessary to find that way and travel it. And for these, the very best thing you can do is to arouse their desire by showing them the happiness that comes from being rightly rich. Others still are poor while they have some notion of science. They have become so swamped and lost in the maze of metaphysical and occult theories that they do not know which road to take. They try a mixture of many systems and fail in all. For these, again, the very best thing to do is to show the right way of your own person and practice. An ounce of doing things is worth a pound of theorizing. The very best thing you can do for the whole world is to make the most of yourself. You can serve God and man in no more effective way than by getting rich. That is, if you get rich by the creative method and not by the competitive one. Another thing, we assert that this book gives in detail the principles of the science of getting rich. And if that is true, you do not need to read any other book upon the subject. This may sound narrow and egotistical, but consider there is no more scientific method of computation in mathematics than by addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. No other method is possible. There can be but one shortest distance between 2 points. There is only one way to think scientifically, and that is to think in the way that leads by the most direct and simple route to the goal. No man has yet formulated a briefer or less complex system than the one set forth herein. It has been stripped of all non-essentials. When you commence on this, lay all others aside, put them out of your mind altogether. Read this book every day, keep it with you, commit it to memory, and do not think about other systems and theories. If you do, you will begin to have doubts and to be uncertain and wavering in your thought, and then you will begin to make failures. After you have made good and become rich, you may study other systems as much as you please. But until you are quite sure that you have gained what you want, do not read anything on this line but this book, unless it be the author mentioned in the preface. And read only the most optimistic comments on the world's news, those in harmony with your picture. Also postpone your investigations into the occult. Do not dabble in theosophy, spiritualism, or kindred studies. It is very likely that the dead still live and are near, but if they are, let them alone, mind your own business. Wherever the spirits of the dead may be, they have their own work to do and their own problems to solve, and we have no right to interfere with them. We cannot help them, and it is very doubtful whether they can help us or whether we have any right to trespass upon their time if they can. Let the dead and the hereafter alone and solve your own problems. Get rich. If you begin to mix with the occult, you will start mental cross currents, which will surely bring your hopes to shipwreck. Now, this and the preceding chapters have brought us to the following statement of basic facts. There is thinking stuff from which all things are made, and which in its original state permeates, penetrates, and fills the interspaces of the universe. A thought in this substance produces the thing that is imagined by the thought. Man can form things in his thought, and by impressing his thoughts upon formless subject, can cause the thing he thinks about to be created. In order to do this, man must pass from the competitive to the creative mind. He must form a clear mental picture of the things he wants and hold his pictures in his thoughts with the fixed purpose to get what he wants and the unwavering faith that he does get what he wants. Closing his mind against all that may tend to shake his purpose, dim his vision, or quench his faith. In addition to all this, we shall now see that he must live and act in a certain way. So the next chapter is chapter 11, acting in the certain way, and I will read that probably on. Hey, Lloyd, thank you for joining. Chapter 11. All right, so this has been amazing. I have enjoyed reading this book. This is such an awesome book. And so reading it to me is like fun because I love to read anyway, and it's amazing. And this particular book has spoken to me so much because I've been reading a lot of different metaphysical books lately, and they've just been speaking to me. And this one is no different. And so I'm super excited about it. And so if it is speaking to you, I would love to hear what it's telling you in the comments. And for those of you that join, thank you. Make sure that you put hashtag replay in the comments. I would love to welcome you to my lives. This has been great, but I just love this. So I am super excited and grateful just to be before you speaking. As I mentioned in the beginning, I had a death in the family. So my family has been dealing with that. But I just truly believe that this book is so amazing that I've been reading it like for the last couple of weeks, I guess. I think we have a few more chapters to finish, and I've been really trying to focus on reading a chapter each time I come on. So I'll be on, I plan to be on Thursday. I plan to be on Thursday to read, but I'm not really sure because we've got to travel in order to do this funeral. So I'm not sure if we're going to be able to do it, if I'm going to be able to do it or not. So, but that's my plan, and that's my goal, is to come on and read Thursday, chapter 11. So if I'm able to do it, I will. If not, it'll be another day, probably next week. But I'm super, super excited. My birthday month starts. I am so good today, Gabriel. Thank you for asking. My birthday month is November. Matter of fact, my birthday is November 1st. So I have already started celebrating. I plan to celebrate until the end of next month. But I'm super excited. I'll take all kinds of gifts. I have no issue with any of those. I love to receive. I am so grateful for being able to do that. And I actually have a special thing that I'm offering for my birthday for you. Absolutely am so excited to bring this forth. I'm offering a 90-day session, healing session with me. And it's going to be at a stupid price just because I want to be a blessing in the time of my birthday. So I'm offering a 90-day healing session. It's just a 90 minutes session. And I'm super excited about it. So if that is something that is interesting to you, because we can cover as much as we can in the 90 days, 90 minutes. I would love to bring this forth for you. If you are interested in that, make sure that you DM me. Birthday is nice. I love that. So comment, comment birthday below, and that will get me to reach out to you and get you on my schedule for this birthday. Thank you so much. I'm super excited. I am turning 54 on my birthday. So I'm so grateful just to be here and to be alive, just because I know so many people that, didn't make it to my age. I have quite a few friends that have left us before they got to this age. So I am super grateful. I'm not, I love it. I love my birthday. I think it's an amazing times. And the fact that the angels were there on my birthday was so super huge for me. I don't know about you, but I know that the angels were there for me. And I'm grateful, and I'm so grateful. But I'm so loving to do this. And also, I have to share, I have a show straight out of Savannah. If you are doing something to change the planet, I would love to interview you. So if that is something that you would like to do, come on my show. The show is on Anchor, it's on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple, Google, it's on Amazon Music, it's on Radio Breaker, Listen Now. It's also on YouTube, and it's also on mobile entertainment. So if you are interested in getting that type of exposure and you are doing something to change the planet, then reach out to me and let's have a conversation and let's get it on tape. Let's get it on video. So again, thank you so much for hanging out with me and joining me. And like I said, I love to somebody on Instagram said, I hope you would invite me to your birthday party. I am not having a party, but I am having fun. All right. So again, thank you so much for hanging out with me. It's been a blast. It always is. But I'm going to get off this line and do some other things. But thank you so much for hanging out with me on my live. Bye now.